Brian Barron didn't make it. Well, thank you all again all for coming. I presume there's some questions from the media for anyone here at all? Yes.
I did not hear the word usury today. I heard it earlier this week from Bernie Sanders, who proposed capping the interest rate at 15% on all existing credit card debt. Is that something, as a matter you don't have the votes, or?
No, we don't have the votes on it. Bernie and I have talked about it. Senator Durbin as well has a similar proposal across the board, not just on credit cards. And my guess is we probably don't have the votes, but I presume there will be an opportunity to do something like that. 15% may be low, but certainly we used to be go to jail. Some of the rates today that are considered acceptable. There was laws on the books that prohibited these kind of rates being charged. So certainly that'll come up, and whether it's Bernie or Dick Durbin, I'll be looking forward to it and seeing if we can't build the support for something like that. At a time like this, that's the level of outrage that people are feeling. People like Samantha Moore that might normally be resistant as someone in business to this kind of a stricture on it, but people are reaching such a point that actions like that may be appealing. Let me say something about what Dick Blumenthal said, and I should have mentioned it myself. Here we are on campus. But it's just campuses. I was going through the mail this morning. My 7-year-old got a nice letter, by the way, from one of the credit card companies. She's been such a responsible creditor that she was offered some frequent flyer miles. And I suspect one day she may try that on me. But at age 7, I don't think she necessarily qualifies for this. And you hear this quite frequently. And we've seen in the past the industry coming on campuses across the country where they literally will be marketing these instruments and urging students to pay cash for some things and load up their credit cards to such a degree, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the amount of debt of students coming out of four-year institutions is rather breathtaking. In fact, the average amount of revolving debt, it's called revolving debt, about 98% of which is credit card debt, is roughly $10,000 per family in the country, and growing. And as the Attorney General pointed out, people are using their credit cards today to survive. And of course, when they're doing that, and simultaneously the company's gouging as that goes on, then you understand the need and insistence about getting some reforms in place. Anything else on this at all?
Given the political environment, why is it you think the votes would not be there to cap interest rates?
Well, they may be, Mark. I know it was tried earlier, but again, we're having a hard time on the cram down section. Dick mentioned the cram down, and let me explain what that is for those who are not familiar with this. If you're on your mortgage, you can have a mortgage on a vacation house, and if you end up wanting to end up in bankruptcy, the bankruptcy court judge can engage in a workout of that vacation home mortgage. The one place you can't do it is on your principal place of residence. And there you cannot, a bankruptcy judge is not allowed to bring the buyer and the lender together to have a workout. We're trying to change that so that because many of these homes are facing exactly that, and because we haven't had the workouts occur. I thought we'd have an easy time getting that through. As of today, we're going to try and bring it up, but it's going to be tough, I'm told. I got word last evening that there's a lot of people beginning to move away from it, and so we're having a harder time. So I'm hopeful that's wrong, but it gives you some indication that the lending institutions are pushing back very hard on these issues. And by the way, there is some importance in talking about distinctions. Our community banks in this state, by the way, have done a very good job over the years and are doing a good job providing liquidity to businesses and so forth that need it. Don and I were talking about this a minute ago. And unfortunately, we talk about banks a lot of times. We throw everybody together. And so every single lending institution kind of gets lumped together. And they don't deserve that. The local banks have been doing a good job, far more conservative in many areas about lending practices, but nonetheless are in far better shape. And they are very much opposed to the cram down. The community bank level, as are the credit unions opposed to it. And credit unions, we have 142 of them in this state, and do a very good job on behalf of people who like credit unions and like doing their financial work with them. They are also opposed to the cram down. So you understand it's not all one side on these issues, and that's why I think it's a little hard. Thank you all very much. Appreciate you being here.